and breathe. How are we all doing? We good? Great. For one more time this season, roll that intro. Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly and welcome to the Season 5 finale of The Verdict, episode 38. I don't think the Premier League could have ended in many better ways. What a final day it was. And we've got 3 more boxes to fill out before the end. Please do consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. And let's get into it. Starting off with our green box then. And this might come as a surprise to a couple of people. I've given it to Son Heung-min. He has levelled Mo Salah in the goal scoring charts, scoring twice at Carrow Road in Norwich's final game in the Premier League for another season. Tottenham with a massive 5-0 win to secure a return to the Champions League. Harry Kane and Kulusevski also on the score sheet, and there was always, a worry with Tottenham that they were going to bottle it, that they were going to miss out on a chance to return to the top 4, but I don't think many people fancied him to do it against a Norwich side who have been, utter dog shit all season. And Arsenal are left to rue as they, make a return to European football, but it is the Europa League that they will be playing in next season. That is in despite of their 5-1 win over Everton, who were safe anyway going into today thanks to their amazing comeback victory over Palace in the week. And if I'm an Arsenal fan, I can't help but just have so many fucking regrets because, you think about when they bet Manchester United, they bet Chelsea 2 games in a row. They had a good spree of games there where, they were very, very winnable games and they just didn't do it. Obviously, Tottenham battered them and obviously battered by Newcastle the other night as well. Thoroughly took it out of their hands and really did make it unlikely that Arsenal were going to make a return to the Champions League. But it is, in fact, Tottenham who will join Manchester City, Liverpool and Chelsea in next season's UEFA Champions League. And Son Heung-min with 23 Premier League goals, joined with Mo Salah, the standout performer once again. We're going to skip the yellow box because I want to talk about that last, but we're going to move on to our stinker of the week. And Burnley, their time in the Premier League is over. It's finished. It's done. They've had a long, long time in the league. I think it's 2014-15 was their first season back in the league under Sean Dyche, and they have lost it on the final day. All they had to do was match Leeds United's result, but they were in fact defeated at home at Turf Moor by Newcastle United by 2-1, 2 goals from Callum Wilson. Maxwell Cornet did pull one back, but the fact that Leeds managed to beat Brentford, it was a draw for a lot of that game after Sergi Canos equalised from Rafinha's penalty, but Jack Harrison with a late goal, sealing Jesse Marsch and Leeds' fate in the Premier League once again next season. And I didn't think, that was what was going to happen. I really did think that Burnley would manage to match Leeds' result. But great grit and determination shown by Jesse Marsch and his team as Leeds will return to the Premier League for another season. It'll be interesting to see how he can build and hopefully for Leeds try and not make it as nervy come next season, because it was a bit of a disastrous season overall for Leeds. Obviously losing Marcelo Bielsa didn't help proceedings, and they had quite a variety of injuries to very key players throughout the season, but they've managed to see it through. On the final day, Leeds stay up and Burnley will return to the Championship along with Watford and Norwich. Alright then, the yellow box, the final box of the season. Manchester City have done it, but they did it the hard way. I think a lot of us at the beginning of the day probably would have said surely Manchester City are going to do it. I think a lot of us had a lot of faith that City would see the job through and it'd be fairly routine for them, but my God, it was anything but. What a showing by Aston Villa, who, thanks to a 5, 6, 7 minute capitulation, Steven Gerrard's team could not help his former club Liverpool, and it was looking bad for a while for Manchester City. Let's not make any mistake here. Matty Cash gave the visitors the lead with a fantastic header, bullet header. Ederson did get something on it, and City continued to put the pressure from there on in, and obviously Liverpool fell behind against Wolves as well thanks to Pedro Neto, but they soon equalised thanks to Sadio Mane. And for a long time in that game it was 1-1 and it was 1-0 in the Villa Man City game. Another twist then when Felipe Coutinho, I mean, you cannot write this stuff, recently obviously completing his full move from Barcelona to Aston Villa, Coutinho makes it 2-0 to Villa, and you're thinking, oh my God, they're not going to bottle it, are they? But because it's Manchester City, because they're so ruthless, particularly in this competition, you always did get the impression that they could possibly come back and win the title from that position. All they needed was to win. Going into the day, I think a lot of us, as I said, probably would have imagined it'd be fairly routine for Manchester City. Gundogan pulls one back, and you're thinking, here we go, game on. Gundogan, who might well be leaving Manchester City in the summer, provides a massive goal to give them the platform they need to get back into this game. Then Man City equalised through Rodri with an excellent finish. Not the first absolute beauty of a goal that Rodri has got this season. Really good setup by Zinchenko, who I think made an excellent impact on that left-hand side for Manchester City at half-time. They needed to take Fernandinho off, obviously, in his final game for Manchester City. He had an absolute stinker in that first half. Liverpool then took the lead through Mo Salah, his 23rd Premier League goal of the season, to save a joint golden boot for himself and Son Heung-min. Liverpool ended up winning that game 3-1 thanks to Andy Robertson, but it meant jack shit. Ilkay Gundogan does it again. I mean, the man, like, written in the stars type stuff. And with 9 minutes to go, Manchester City snatched the Premier League title away from Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool got their 2 goals, but were very late. I think City were still winning, or were already 3-2 up at that point when Salah and Robertson got their goals. But incredibly, Manchester City managed to save it from the clutches, and very, very similar, not quite to the same dramatic effect, but very similar to the Aguero moment that was 10 years ago, that was mentioned a couple of times today. And another Premier League title for Manchester City, who just continue to build and build and build an empire, and they've got Erling Haaland coming in next season, and they're going to be even more difficult to beat. It's heartbreaking for Liverpool, who obviously were still quadruple chasing up until this point, but what a season it's been for them. They've won a cup double in a Carabao Cup and FA Cup. They've managed to come back and push Manchester City all the way. I think there was a 14 or 16 point gap at one stage in and around Christmas time, and they have made the Premier League worthwhile to watch once again this season, because it looked like Manchester City were running away with it. The 14 or 16 point gap, whatever it was bottled. Liverpool got back into it, and they took it right up until the final day, and it took that Ilkay Gundogan goal with 9 minutes left to snatch the title away from Liverpool right at the clutches. I mean, lads, unbelievable. Unbelievable. What an end to the season. Manchester City champions. Tottenham finished in the top 4, confirming that Arsenal did in fact bottle it. And an unbelievable story down the bottom of the table, where Leeds have managed to clutch it away from Burnley, sending Burnley back down to the Championship. Like, unbelievable. Man United, despite losing, also managed to get Europa League because West Ham were beaten by Brighton. And there were some other games, including a Ross Barkley 91st minute winner at Stamford Bridge, which no one really cares about because Chelsea finished third anyway. And yeah, wow. Fucking unbelievable. Lads, it's been a pleasure to have the opportunity to call the games as I've seen them this season in the Premier League. Incredible that we've managed to do an episode for every single match week. I think that's the first time I've managed to do that in my YouTube career so far, so thank God I've been able to keep the consistency up. Thank you guys for tuning in every week. And yeah, that's the end of the verdict for another season. We hope you guys did enjoy, we being just me because I'm here by myself. Keep a close eye on the channel this summer, lads, because we've got some amazing videos coming up. But that is it from me and the verdict this season. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you later.